One of the hardest questions to answer in a job interview is, what are your greatest strengths? It's a difficult question to answer because you must give unique strengths that empower you to stand out from the other candidates. The problem is, the majority of candidates respond by saying, my greatest strengths are, I am a good team player and a hard worker. Those strengths will not get you hired. Now, I recommend you give 4 unique strengths in your response that grab the attention of the hiring manager. In the answer that follows, I will not only tell you what those 4 strengths are, but I will give a perfect response to the interviewer's follow-up question. Once I have answered the question, I will then put up the answer live on the screen so you can write it down and practice it before your interview. Here I am about to give a brilliant, unique answer to that question. What are your greatest strengths? Here we go.
Okay, next question. What are your greatest strengths?
My greatest strengths include being resilient, loyal, flexible, and results-oriented. Whenever difficult challenges occur, I remain calm and resilient so I can achieve a successful outcome. Whenever I am dealing with customers, I will be loyal and a positive company role model. I will always be flexible in my duties to help the company in times of need, and I will always focus on achieving results for the company by setting myself SMART goals.
Thank you. Now, you just said that you set yourself SMART goals to achieve. What is a SMART goal, Richard?
SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. At the start, I write down the specific goal I want to achieve. I make sure the goal is measurable. For example, it must have a positive impact on the company. I make sure the goal is attainable. For a goal to be successful, it must be achievable. I also ensure the goal is relevant to the company's commercial or financial objectives. And finally, I always make sure there is a timeline to achieve my specific goal. I am sure you will agree that was a brilliant, top-scoring answer to that difficult but common interview question, what are your greatest strengths? In the next section of this video, I will put up the answer I gave on the screen so you can write it down and practice it, and I will then give you an extra 6 top-scoring strengths for job interviews. So here is the answer I gave to that question, what are your greatest strengths? I said this: my greatest strengths include being resilient, loyal, flexible, and results-oriented. Whenever difficult challenges occur, I remain calm and resilient so I can achieve a successful outcome. Whenever I am dealing with customers, I will be loyal and a positive company role model. I will always be flexible in my duties to help the company in times of need, and I will always focus on achieving results for the company by setting myself SMART goals. The hiring manager then came back to me with the following question: what are SMART goals? I gave this response: SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. At the start, I write down the specific goal I want to achieve. I make sure the goal is measurable. For example, it must have a positive impact on the company. I make the goal attainable. For a goal to be successful, it must be achievable. I also ensure the goal is relevant to the company's commercial or financial objectives. And finally, I always make sure there is a timeline to achieve my specific goal. So put together, that was a fantastic answer, a unique answer to that interview question, what are your greatest strengths? It's guaranteed to help get you hired at your interview. Now, in the next section of the training video, I want to give you some extra strengths that will impress all hiring managers. And then all you have to do is choose the strengths you have and formulate them in your response. Strength number 1 is commercial awareness. This is such a good strength for job interviews. So why is it impressive? It shows that you understand how the company makes money and how your role supports business goals. So you can say this: one of my strengths is commercial awareness. I always consider how my work impacts profits. For example, in my last role, I created a new office supplies ordering system that reduced waste and saved the company $12,000 annually. That is a really good example answer to that question: what are your greatest strengths? Commercial awareness will help you stand out from the other candidates. It will definitely grab the attention of the hiring manager. The next best strength is adaptability. Why is this impressive? Employers definitely value candidates who can thrive during change, especially in today's fast-paced world. Here is a sample answer. I'm very flexible and adaptable. In my previous job, I supported a new manager who took over our department's operations. I provided training to team members based on the new procedures. That's another great answer. The next best strength is cross-functional collaboration. This is an impressive strength. Why is it impressive? Well, it demonstrates your ability to work with diverse teams to achieve a common goal. Here is a great answer. I excel at working across departments. On a recent project, I coordinated with IT, sales, and customer service to help launch a new product that beat the previous launch by 15%. And as you know, collaboration and effective teamwork are vital to the success of any company or organization. The next best strength to consider using in your interview is growth mindset. This is a brilliant one. Why is it impressive? Well, it shows you are coachable, self-aware, and constantly improving. You can say this: I'm always learning. After receiving feedback on my presentation skills, I took a short online course, and now I regularly lead team updates during meetings. That shows you are coachable, you listen to feedback, and above all, you have a growth mindset. That will definitely be attractive to any hiring manager. The next strength, proactive problem solver. This is another brilliant strength to consider using in your interview. Why is it impressive? Well, most people shy away from problems. They leave them for other people to deal with, but you are going to be different. You can say this: I'm naturally proactive. I don't wait to be told what to do. In my last job, a supplier kept letting us down, so I sourced a new one on improved terms, helping the company save $7,000 per year. The next strength, data-driven decision-making. This is great for all job roles, especially technical positions. Why is it impressive? It highlights logical, measurable thinking that drives results. You can say this: I base my decisions on data. For example, in my last job, I consistently asked customers for feedback on the type of products they wanted. This led to new products being created, resulting in an 11% increase in sales. You can see how these strengths are unique and will help you beat the competition at your job interview. Now, the next thing to do to accelerate your learning even further and make sure you pass your job interview is click that link in the top right-hand corner of the video. Head straight through to my website where you can instantly download my Insider Job Interview Preparation Pack. I have created this preparation pack based on my 30 years experience as a recruitment expert and hiring manager. You will get the interview scoring sheet the hiring manager will use to assess you at your job interview. That will definitely put you at an advantage. You will get 50 great answers, unique answers to difficult interview questions. And you will also get my 30, 60 and 90-day plans for interviews that you can use when answering that difficult question, why should we hire you? You can say, you should hire me because I am ready-made for this position and have created a 30, 60 and 90-day plan that tells you what I will do in this position to give you a great return on my salary. You then hand the 30, 60 and 90-day plans to the hiring manager. Again, that's going to help you stand out from the competition. To get all of this in your inbox right now, click that link. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please give the video a thumbs up and connect with me on LinkedIn. I have put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It is always an honor and a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the very best for passing your job interview. Have a wonderful day.